I really wasn't happy with the moderators in this one again. I mean, CBS, I thought, did a horrible job. And it was even more exacerbated the feeling because we had just seen one that was done fairly well. This was horrible. It was just like another gotcha kind of thing. And
It was out of control. Trump is just breaking down everything that you shouldn't do as a Republican, and he just doesn't care.
He doesn't really have any meaningful post-debate reviews with his staff, right?
Right. Well, and the same thing is happening to Trump that happens to Sanders, because mainstream does not want this guy, and they're just totally going after him. And you know what? I think that debate totally helped him. And if you look at all the snap polls he won, when you start pointing at the diabolical and saying, you are the biggest liar, it's like this bubble, somebody's calling this guy out. Or when he starts calling out what happened with 9/11, it's like, oh, somebody's finally having the balls to say it. It's almost like nobody will say that George Bush sucked and totally screwed up. No Republican is going to say that. And here he is just calling it out forcefully. Maybe the Republican establishment doesn't like it, but the people are kind of going, F yeah.
It's the outsider election, and people want change. They think if they put in someone who's part of the machine, they know there's never going to be any change. They know that Bernie or Trump will change things. And that's the key thing in their mind is we absolutely need to change this. I wish Dr. Carson would just leave the race. He is so distracting in every regard. You know, you can kind of see the other people looking over at him like, well, why are you still? Because he's always on the defensive. Well, I'm happy. Thank you for asking me because this is my second question already, and it's more.
Well, I mean, then he wants to answer the last question that wasn't put to him. He always brings up he wants to answer. Well, I want to answer the last question.
Yeah, he's
he's there for pub and to sell books, pure and simple.
He's on his own mission there, that's for sure. What was your main takeaway other than yes, it was chaotic, it was a terrible debate?
I think Trump is going to come out stronger than ever after this, is what I think, because everybody else is a swarmy. Well, let's not even count Ben Carson, because he's unto himself, but everyone else is a swarmy politician. And you notice that Rubio's talking points are always exactly 30 seconds. He's timed everything to get it under the belt. And even though he didn't short circuit this time, it still just seems like canned talking points. And exclamation point, it's all, what we need is proven leadership. He's on that constant loop of that he's this proven leader. And Trump is just trashing the guy. And he won't, none of them will stand up to Trump. You look at them, Cruz, nobody will stand up to him. You know why? Because he's right when he calls them out on this stuff. And they have no defense for it. Because of course the diabolical one is a liar. Of course 9/11 happened on George Bush's watch. Of course they lied about WMDs. Of course exclamation point spent $40 million in Iowa or in New Hampshire and $20 million in Iowa and came up with nothing. So everything that Trump calls them out on, they have no response to it. And it makes them look like a bunch of pussies. With Trump up there. And the pundits aren't going to like it, and all of the, media is going to say, oh, Trump sucked. But, people with their freaking, beer belly and shotgun are going to go, F yeah.
Here's my opinion. I think actually one reason that Rubio doesn't go totally after Trump is because, A, he thinks Trump's probably going to win. He might even get a vice presidential nomination. You don't know. The diabolical one won't. I mean, that's not happening. So Kasich's in for one reason. There's a winner-take-all primary in Ohio, and he knows he'll win that. That's the only reason he's getting 44 delegates. The problem is Rubio has a winner-take-all, and this is where Jeb and Rubio are really going to go at it in Florida. 99 delegates.
Yeah, remember, but who's leading in Florida?
Well, right now Trump's leading.
And the thing is, Rubio can't go after Trump because he doesn't have the chops to. He's only programmed talking points. And here's what Trump does. He goes off book all the time. You don't know where he's going to come from. He insults the audience. You don't know where he's going to go. And if he goes, he's going to go right for the jugular on something that they can't answer to because he's right about it. For all the vibrato and insaneness about Trump, occasionally he speaks the truth. Occasionally. Yeah. And Rubio, all Rubio can do is wait for, okay, I know Jeb Bush is going to get me on this, so I have my canned response. because he is a robot, and you don't know where Trump is going to hit you at. He's not going to
Well,
challenge him because it'll just expose him even
yeah, Trump
more.
is not a logical thinker. He says stuff that are just it's frankly outrageous. I mean, it's
No, there's no defense for him. He's going to move his queen where anybody can attack it, and then they go,
he made
wait
the
a minute.
comment essentially that the Russians should figure out Syria. I mean, this is insane. This that we're going to abdicate our power because his buddy Putin likes chicks as much as he does. I mean, this is
Right, right. But the point is that
but he gets a pass on that.
right, because nobody knows, nobody has a talking point to respond to it. Because all these people are controlled by handlers, and they're all fed their lines by their handlers. And they
Yeah.
say, all right, if you hear this, Marco Bot, if you hear this thing, then you immediately go and you say this phrase. But Trump has no script. He just goes out there, his face turns red, and he yells at people.
Yeah,
And there's no defense for that.
I think there's a chance he'll have a heart attack during this campaign.
Maybe.
His face was so red in New Hampshire, and then he got red again last night.
I think the big winner in these is slowly and steadily going to be Kashishi. He's going down the lane of, look, I'm the sane guy here. I'm the guy who's not, let's just stop all this and try and not have a circular firing squad and win a general election. So I think moderates and other people, they're going to look at him and go, God, this guy actually seems kind of sane. Because let's face it, Diabolical One and Rubio are like so far to the right. I mean, their stances are not going to win a general election, period.
Well, Rubio's numbers are certainly better. He's in fact against Hillary. He's the best of all of them.
Well, the only thing Rubio has going for him, and listen to, if you hear people interviewed are his supporters, it's his prime Ricardo looks. That's it, because people don't really, I'm not really sure what he's going to do, but he says this. It's low-informed people charmed by his Ricky Ricardo looks.
Yeah.
That's what he's got, and you know what? That's not enough.
What he's playing is that Ricky Ricardo card versus Trump's, hey, I'm a maniac. I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and my supporters would, So that's Trump's shtick. This is Rubio's shtick.
Remember, the big donors are a small percentage of the American people. They're the 0.11%. All the people in the audience that are just giving them millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And Trump's talking points are, we are going to win, and we are going to win, and we are going to win, and we are going to do it quickly. And I'm going to bring in the best people, and we are going to win, and it's going to be quick. And it's going to be good, and we are going to be strong. That's what he says. And Rubio and the Diabolical One are talking about VAT taxes and things like that. And it's just people start tuning off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a VAT tax. They go into all this wonky stuff that nobody's listening to that. They're listening to, we are going to win. America doesn't win.
Well, and that's, we're going to make America great again. And that's you're exactly right. It's a simple message, and that, going back to the Democrats, is a problem with Hillary, is that she has no defined message other than I want to get elected, and I'm a power maniac. You can't say this is her message. We know what Trump's is, and we know what Bernie's is. So I think this is a problem, is that they want a clear vision of what you're going to do. Now, what they mean by clear vision is not details. What your fundamental ideas, and his fundamental idea is America has to be great again, which is okay. My summary of the whole thing is, for the rest of the way out, unless Trump does something really stupid, which he very may well, he's getting the nomination.
I think we're past him doing anything stupid, because this comes up every single time. He's bulletproof to it now at this point. He can do anything he wants, and nobody else can.
What I'm talking about something stupid is something like really, really stupid.
What can he do any stupider than what he's already done?
Okay, let me give you the example. He gets caught with another woman, or there's some sort of that would be
I don't think that's going to happen.